They looking like, Miss Slater, what? I'm grabbing cans from my kitchen, y'all, showing them like, this is a cylinder. Get this in your kitchen. They're like, child, when is lunch? So it's very, very hard. But at this point, you have to laugh and just, keep it going.
You know what to do. Send them to us here at blackatworkpod@gmail.com. You can also go to our website and submit them anonymously, blackatworkpod.com, or visit us on socials at blackatworkpod. So our first fuck you comes from a frustrated bitch. That's her name, okay?
Oh, man.
All right, girl. She says, my boss is a moron. He doesn't know what he's doing. And he makes up for it by being a fun dude. But I am just so tired of working with someone.
She said a fun dude.
Oh my gosh. I've experienced that before, but she said he makes up for it by being a fun dude. But I am just so tired of working with someone this stupid. How did you get the job, first of all? And how are you my superior? I work with so many aloof, goofy-ass white people who just don't give a damn. And I burn the midnight hours working, helping them and getting more work. I am so tired of this. My team of 5 has been back in the office for 2 weeks and everybody treats the workday like it's social hour. They ask me, hey, you want to go to happy hour? No, Jim. I'm working on the report you were supposed to have done this morning. Y'all are playing hopscotch and shit in the office while I'm over here stressed listening to my podcast, trying not to flip this desk over. I really don't know how much more I can take. To top things off, the company announced there won't be no performance reviews this year. The year I literally busted my ass all year. I'm at my breaking point and now I'm just trying to be fired. Your little workhorse don't want to work no more. Fuck all of you.
She said they was playing hopscotch in the office. What?
Girl, I feel you 100% because I feel like this is happening to me right now at work. So, like, literally, I'm there with you, but then I'll let you go ahead and go first.
Well, shout out to your fun dude boss. Okay. Yeah. Without saying a whole lot, Anessa and I can very much relate to this.
Well, the thing about it is these jobs, they just like, I don't know if it's just Black people or Black women. It's just like, I don't know if we continue to, we take on so much work. And we kind of talked about this, Dana, a little bit this week when I called you frustrated about what was going on at work. It's just like, they have like no regard for what we have going on. They don't care if it's like they're just like, oh yeah, she's strong. She can do it. Just pile all the work on her while y'all up in the office playing around. Am I the only one doing work around here? I'm confused.
Exactly. And, to piggyback off of that, what I have assessed in my years in corporate is that if you take on more work, do more work, and your work is good, they're just going to keep piling it on to you. Not fire the motherfuckers around you who aren't performing as good as you are. They're going to give you their work. So, relatable. What we say, Drew Hill, help me sing it.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, frustrated bitch. I hope that your work days get a little bit easier, but you know what? You can always just clock out on them hoes.
Right. I did that this week, so hey, join the team. But I logged back in though.
Because I still need that check.
I still need the check on the 15th and the 30th. Well, thank you so much for writing in. Again, guys, if you have a fuck you, please send them to us here at Black at Work Pod, or send them in on our website, or visit us on socials at Black at Work Pod.
Happy Halloween, y'all. We're recording this, as you know, on Saturday. It's Halloween. We ain't going nowhere because COVID. And shit's getting real. So before we go to the water cooler, let us bow our heads for a prayer, shall we? Lord, it's delusional niggas out here who think that voting for this decrepit, racist bitch is somehow in your will, Father. Lord, the white people that you left us with down here on earth somehow think you left them in charge. Lord, it's niggas out here talking about they not voting because they did their research, when we all know that the research that they talking about is just some shit they found on Facebook. Lord, those of us with brains know that these are the same Illuminati niggas that claim that Black Lives Matter don't acknowledge the black man in their bylaws. Pause. Bitch, what? Y'all sound stupid as fuck. Anyway, God, we know that the Bible is only about 2,700 years old, Father, but you and the earth have been here billions of years, and it's looking like you about to destroy this motherfucker again. So I ask, Lord God, that you spare me, Anessa, the innocent children, all three of the white people that you might be able to find that actually don't have a racist, capitalistic, separatist bone in their body, and us blacks, Father God, because we have suffered enough. But only those of us who could and exercised their right to vote and did not vote for that chewed up wad of gum currently in the White House. Amen.
Baby, hold on, friend. This prayer has taken me all the way out.
Girl, look, it's the end of the world and we know it. Bitch, election season finna come. I mean, election season. Bitch, it is election season. Election day is here, okay? And it ain't looking good. So, anyway, let's do this fucking water cooler. Well, Lil Wayne took all three of his dreadlocks to the White House this past week and endorsed Child's Boy.
Not three.
Should I read the tweet he posted?
Yes, please.
I didn't even read it when it came across my timeline. Fuck that tweet. I just saw this extra cheese please head ass nigga shaking Master's hand, and I already knew. Of course, the internet let him have it, but this motherfucker is on a scissor cloud somewhere trying to avoid a seizure. He don't give a fuck about what us broke, sober niggas is talking about. Greatest rapper alive and gonna die coon. I don't have nothing to say here for real, but stay the fuck off of drugs. What you got, Anessa?
I am LOLing at your commentary, but other than that, I am very disappointed. First of all, I love Lil Wayne. I loved Lil Wayne. And I'm just, I don't want to say I'm shocked because it's like all of a sudden all these rappers are coming, Ice Cube, 50 Cent, now Wayne, like these people who have these huge platforms, these huge followings. And I'm just very disappointed. And, Wayne came out and said, a white man saved him, when he was younger and he got shot. The white man was the only person that came and, helped him. The other black cops just walked past him, supposedly. But my thing is, you're not looking at the bigger picture because, okay, that was one, and I'm not saying all white cops are bad. But what I am saying is that when you think about Breonna Taylor and how those white cops that so-called saved you but didn't think twice about saving Breonna, and when you have a president and a vice president who feel justice was served and aren't at all caring about becoming involved, how could you even think about voting for him?
Scissor cloud. I'm telling you, that's what it is. He talking about, he said he's going to do a good job for us. Some stupid shit. Listen, I didn't even read the tweet. It was just dumb as fuck. I feel like at this point, it's who else want to throw their last bit of career livelihoods and reputation on the line to endorse this fool? He probably gonna win anyway.
I'm hoping that these, the followers that follow, everybody that follows these coons, because that's what they're called on social media, that they don't, that they have their own mind, have their own voice, and do what's right. Because this is absolutely ridiculous that they're coming at the last minute. They know what they're doing. A couple days before the actual election day, and, trying to endorse this man. It's sad.
And FYI, the greatest rapper alive retired back in 2004 with the Black Album and then came back. You had a reign. It was dope. We appreciated what you brought to the culture. But like I said, you're going to die coon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So, next. Jared Kushner took his Earthworm Jim head ass to Fox News last week and said, and I'm literally about to quote this. This motherfucker said, "I think we've seen in the Black community, which is mostly Democrat, is the President Trump's policies are the policies that could help people break out of the problems that they're complaining about. But he can't want them to want to be successful more than they want to be successful." End quote. Let's dissect this, shall we? First of all, I'm so fucking tired of these racists talking about us Black people as if we're one band, one sound. This ain't drumline mayo drip. We are a huge ethnic group of multitudes of people across our entire diaspora, full of culture. That is number one. Number two, how fucking ridiculous do you sound saying that all we need to do is want to be successful and we won't have the problems that we have? What la la land did you beam yourself here from, Conehead? Is that all it takes? Wanting success, huh? Okay. Never fucking mind the systemic racism that we have to deal with every day. Never fucking mind that y'all have had a 500 plus year leg up on us creating wealth and creating laws to prevent us from accessing that wealth. Bitch, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Okay. You think these wealth, education, and income gaps are just happenstance, bitch? You think that was just us not wanting to be successful? This is the exact type of bullshit rhetoric that has us here right now. Got your supporters all riled up with their toothless asses. Yeah, the Blacks are just lazy. We are not lazy. And y'all been calling us that ever since we stopped working for y'all for free, bitch. Y'all not even smart enough to flip that around and try to apply that logic to y'all own boring yard ass lives. Don't you want better for yourself too, Jim Bob? Don't you want off the farm? Don't you want all your back teeth to grow in? Don't you want to stop fucking your cousin? Well, maybe not. But still, I'm sick of you bitches. You don't make sense. Bye.
I love how we ended everybody on, you don't make sense. Bye. You gonna die coon. Bye. Can we say it again? Systemic racism. Okay. I'm sorry. I can't. Yeah, we all want to be successful, but we can't walk into a bank and say, hey, I want $150,000 loan to start me a bundle hair business so I can bundle up all these, my homies, and you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I can't, go to a realtor and go buy a house and build a house and not have all these issues and get higher interest rates because I'm Black.
Exactly.
You sound ignorant
as fuck. And they continue to ignore the fact that it's just not the fucking same for us.
It's not the same. It's obviously, I mean, I don't want to be negative and say it's never going to be the same, but I hate when these white people try to get on here, get on, where socials, get on TV or wherever it may be, Fox, because they stay on there and backpedal and backtrack. Just sit here and admit that y'all are racist. Sit here and admit that we are not the same.
Exactly.
What's so hard about it? I don't get it.
And newsflash, y'all think that we are so dumb that we don't know that the Democratic Party isn't racist too or hasn't done anything for this? We know that shit. Are y'all insane? We know that shit. This whole government is fucking racist. There's one massa that's gonna beat your ass, and then there's the other massa that might let you get a little extra rice from time to time. Bitch, we trying to get extra rice from time to time. And the way y'all Republicans are set up, y'all ain't trying to divvy out no more rice. We wouldn't even need the extra rice if we had the same access to the kitchen that y'all do, but we don't. Why is this confusing for you all?
And where is the reparations? Run me my money.
Okay.
Period.
We stopped talking about reparations hell ago. Where is this? This is never coming to us. And if any ethnic group deserves reparations more than any ethnic group, it is the blacks. We are still in the Holocaust. And you know what? Chelsea Handler is on some Eat, Pray, Love version of being unracist. And honestly, those are the only white folks I'm looking to entertain these days. Good day. Go figure out your privilege and inner prejudice. Bye.
And there go that bye, 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 baby, bye, 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 bye.
So bitches with nerve, bitches with gall, bitches with the fucking audacity. This bitch ass Brett Mattingly decided to file a lawsuit against Kenneth Walker, who is the boyfriend of Breonna Taylor. He is filing a lawsuit for try not to laugh. Emotional distress, assault, and battery.
What?
Exactly. Officer involved in the fatal shooting of Breonna Taylor has filed a civil suit against the 26-year-old's boyfriend for emotional distress, assault, and battery on the night she was killed. The lawsuit claims Louisville Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly experienced severe trauma, mental anguish, and emotional distress because of Kenneth Walker's actions on March 13th.
I'm sorry. Girl, I'm stuttering. Are you
Emotional. Hello? Emotional distress?
Did your fiance get killed in front of you or get killed and then you had to leave and didn't even know if she was alive or dead or not? What emotional distress are you under? I'm sorry, Dana.
No, you're good. I'm still trying to figure that out. Are you upset that people protested, rightfully so, for your ass to be arrested? Is that what's causing you emotional distress? What caused you emotional distress? All those people sitting out on your front lawn, threatening your job, threatening your life, your kids, and all of that because they don't see any justice? You really, really feel like a civil suit for this man after he lost his girlfriend in the most horrific way. Breonna Taylor is our 2020 version of Emmett Till, pretty much. Like, this is all everybody's been talking about because it's just an obscene miscarriage of justice. And you have the nerve, the gall, the audacity to take your ass to a lawyer and get a lawsuit filed against one of the survivors of your fucked upness. I don't have words.
And what lawyer in his or her right mind would sit here and say, sir, I would have told him, get out of my office. Security.
Okay.
See him to the door. Because how in the world can you be emotionally distressed? he's deflecting. Like, literally. I'm the one, you guys ran up in my house, didn't knock. I mean, you knocked, claimed you knocked. We asked who was it 100 times. Nobody said anything. Yeah, I'm gonna get out my gun and shoot, and I have the right to try to protect myself and my girl, my family. I'm just trying to figure out. And now you're causing me more stress by trying to sue me. I was already wrongfully. The person was in custody. What part of this do people not understand? Like, the person was in custody. Y'all came in my house for no reason, and then on camera, let's watch what we say. Let's try to cover this up. Where are you at emotionally? What are you emotionally distressed from? Because if anybody's sitting on top of your lawn, cursing you out, tweeting you, doing whatever, you deserve.
Okay. Period. And I had something else to say. I totally forgot. But
I'm so sorry.
Cause I just cannot believe the nerve. I can't believe when he went down there and the clerk saw the charge. She was like, "Oh, okay, I'll file this." Like, you already got a chance to walk away from this with your hands bloodied and no charges. Take your gift and sit the fuck down. Flat out.
Period.
Anyway, two of the grand jurors in Breonna's case are speaking out now, calling the police officers' actions criminal. They also said that manslaughter and murder charges were never presented. Surprise. We already spoke about that. I don't know how far this is going to go. And honestly, guys, I don't want to say I'm tired of talking about this, or I'm tired of hearing about this, or I'm tired of circling this topic, but I am. I just don't have anything else to say here. Y'all took this girl's life. It was unjust. And here y'all come back for more clownery. I'm done.
And it honestly sounds like to me, so were the witnesses coerced to sit up here and come up with a resolve that benefit the blue team and ugly coon attorney general? I don't even care what his name is. I don't forgot it and I don't care. It's just not fair. Like, I'm just like Dana's, my sentiments exactly. I'm tired of this. I done cried on this podcast about this. Like, it's just, and then we've had to see somebody else, get killed in the news by the hands of police again.
Yep. Well, switching gears a little bit. Happy belated birthday to our girl, Monica. I don't know what age she turned this time around, but she's looking good. Black don't crack. But what I thought was funny about her birthday celebration this past week, C Murder showered Monica with birthday gifts from prison. He promised her everything when she gets out. Isn't this just a typical ghetto ass love story prison song ass? Oh, Monica, I wish you nothing but happiness and success. If C Murder makes you happy, girl, I love it. Happy birthday to you. And yeah, shout out C Murder. Free C Murder.
Free C Murder. Like, everybody's so pressed about C Murder and Monica. I'm happy for them, especially, they both single. If they're both single, I know Monica got a divorce, I believe, and C Murder, I don't know the status of his relationship. I know some women was coming out the woodworks. No, I'm Mrs. Frankie Lyman. No, I'm Mrs. Frankie Lyman. So, I mean, hey, but if y'all both single, hey, like, let them do them. Let him get out, let him be free, and let them be together if that's what makes them happy.
Right. Whatever makes you happy. So, T.I. and Jeezy are having a versus coming up on the 19th, right, Anessa?
Yes, November the 19th.
And you know what? I don't know why I never thought about Jeezy as a competition for T.I. But that's a decent match. I still think T.I. will win just because he has more commercial hits and bangers, and Jeezy's more of a trap nigga club anthem type dude. But I'm bringing up T.I. right now because your boy Mr. Expeditiously, says that he has a cure for COVID. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Not a cure. This is how he says he's staying COVID free. Let's take a listen.
Tea 3 times a day keeps the COVID away?
COVID starts in the throat. If you catch it while it's still in the throat and you drink warm liquid, the warm liquid wash it down to the stomach where the stomach acid, then kill it. I'd rather boost my immune system to defend me against COVID should I come in contact with it, rather than wear a mask and hide in fear of coming in contact with it.
Nigga, what? Are you serious? T, everybody. T. The whole world has been afflicted by this disease, and your boy T.I. has discovered how to not get it, and it is just simply drinking some tea. He didn't say what kind of tea.
I was about to say, is this some herbal tea? Is this some weed tea? What kind of tea?
How about it's no tea, nigga? You are not a doctor. Okay. One thing that I hate is when people get on public platforms and say super irresponsible shit like this. T.I., you are the king of the South. So, excuse me, the king of the South. Okay. You are Atlanta's nigga. Atlanta is one of those places heavily populated with Black folks who are out here lollipopping, bebopping, pop locking, and dropping it like it's hot while we're in the middle of a pandemic. And you get on video recording from your safe space of home and say, I'm drinking tea and I ain't wearing no mask. How, you know what? Those Illuminati nigga people that I was talking about, he's one of those. He's one of those. I'm sorry. Love you, T.I., but no. Super irresponsible. Find you a doctor. I don't even want to say do no more research because niggas don't even know what research is no more. Research to niggas is YouTube videos that look like they were broadcasted live from Afghanistan. So I'm over you niggas. I'm done with you. La 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 la. Get the fuck out. Like, I'm just over it. I'm sick of you niggas.
Well, let me just say, look, T.I. might be on to something because everybody in Atlanta, okay, my best friend is in Atlanta, my cousin is in Atlanta. Ain't nobody, they must be drinking this hot tea that they got down there. They ain't telling us about it because none of them got COVID and they all out at the club, Magic City. They everywhere. 21 Savage just had a birthday party. Ain't none of them have masks on. So obviously the tea that they drinking is working.
Okay. COVID-free tea. All right.
If all y'all be supposed to go drink bleach like your president.
Them niggas is asymptomatic. Anyway, that's all I have for the water cooler, guys. Let's take a break.
All right, y'all. Well, we have a very special guest today. We are so excited and happy to have her. Her name is Simone Slater, and you can follow her on Instagram at _LoveSimone. She is a Howard University alum. Shout out to HBCUs. And she teaches kindergarten here in Dallas, Texas. So welcome, Simone. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Hey, coworkers. Thank you guys for having me. I'm so excited.
Yes. Well, first, I just want to start in the beginning. What made you want to be an educator?
So for me, growing up in San Diego, it's a lot of diversity. I'm around all different races, all different everything. And so one thing I never had was a Black teacher. Never saw one, didn't know didn't know Black people could be teachers. And so I also, will confess I'm a nerd. I love school. I love getting school supplies. I love learning things. So I think that my love for education and then just the need to show that representation to others is what made me want to be a teacher. And just the dope teachers I've had, I'm like, I could totally do this. I could change lives the way they've changed my life. So that's why I wanted to be one. And luckily here I am doing exactly that.
That is awesome. That is so awesome. And I also went to HBCU HBCU. I went to Clark Atlanta University.
Come
so
on
shout
now.
out.
My kindergarten classroom is right now we're Clark Atlanta. So you have to be at college every year. And so last year I was hired. So this year my kindergarten class, we are the Panthers. We rep the Panthers every day. So yes, absolutely. I love that. Love that.
Shout out. Well, I want to know, like, because I know it is important. Like, I try to, I want to instill in my child how important it is. Why do you feel like it's important to go to a HBCU, or what made you choose to go to a HBCU?
Honestly, for me, I didn't think being Black was a cool thing. I didn't see the hype in it. I knew I was Black and I liked being Black, but I never loved it. And I didn't know why everyone was so geeked about it. So for me, going to Howard, it gave me my Black voice. Like I probably wore box braids one time in middle school, got made fun of, never wore them again. Went to Howard like, oh, thank God, everybody wearing these too. So for me, it was just like that Black identity. I didn't have it. And that sounds super cliche, but like, I promise you, until I went to Howard, I didn't know how beautiful I was, how cool we were, and how much we were capable of doing until I went to an HBCU. So if you're ever struggling with your Black identity, especially with everything going on now in the world, I'm all for an HBCU to figure that out because I needed that for myself.
I love that because for me, HBCUs, I grew up in the Midwest. Mm-hmm. So HBCUs weren't big where I was. And y'all are going to think I'm hella slow, but I literally thought Drumline was a fictional movie based on fictional things. I didn't think that an all-Black university existed, those types of bands, dances. I thought the whole thing was acting.
You know what? You can write my name down next to yours because I thought the same. I thought it was a good old movie, and then I didn't even learn the term HBCU until way later. I just thought it was a cool college, but I'm with you on that for sure. The West Coast, it's not, HBCUs aren't a thing either. So no, you're not alone. That's a real thing for many of us. If you don't see it, how do you know?
And the fact that you are teaching your babies and your students that already in kindergarten, that's going to go a very long way. That'll be instilled with them at a very young age. And then they'll be able to say, you know what, maybe I do want to go to HBCU. It's not like it's being taught to them way, way, way down the line.
Exactly. I think that's also why I teach kindergarten on purpose. Like people are like, I don't know how you do it. I do it on purpose because if I can start at the beginning and instill something in y'all, like not saying, you don't have to go to an HBCU, of course, but I want you to know that there's an option. So half the things I teach or the grade I teach is on purpose because I know that in the beginning, if I instill something, I hope that little bit of whatever I taught you stays with you forever. But that's definitely why I teach kindergarten, to show like, hey, there's many things that we won't know until someone shows us. So let me be the one to show you.
Now, as a teacher, have there been any instances, or as a Black teacher, let me correct myself. Have there been any instances with like your transition or anything like to where you've been kind of discriminated against, or have you had any microaggressions, while teaching here in Dallas? Because Dallas is, we got some racist folks here too, so.
And what is so crazy is if you would have asked me this question last year, I'd have been like, no, it's okay. But literally this year. So as you know, I'm a virtual teacher now, given everything going on. I still come to work in person, but I'm assigned virtual. I have 44 kids. And I had a parent who, we're doing parent conferences. Everything is online. So I'm a very organized person. So I say, hey guys, here's the email, sign up, Long story short, I had a parent who just didn't. She didn't sign up. She didn't do anything. And she calls me on the weekends. And so my parents know weekends are my quiet hours, but she was in distress, like wanting to talk to me. So I said, okay, I'll talk to you. She's like, hey, I need a conference with you. I haven't heard anything, blah, 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 blah. We agreed to, meet even after hours. I think I agreed to the conference being at 6 p.m., way after the time I normally work. And it ended up that I was stuck in traffic. And I said, hey, I'm going to be about 15 minutes late. Can we still do it? Flip, like a switch flip. Like, you know what? I'm so tired of everyone putting my white child last. And mind you, I have no idea what this parent looks like because I've never met her. So this is going to be our first face-to-face. So I don't know you're white, but I'm Black. Because you made a point to tell me that I'm Black. She's like, I'm sorry for what the world is doing to the minorities, but we're not the problem. I'm so tired of him being pushed to the side and, da-da-da-da-da. And, I understand that we're uplifting the Black and the Mexicans, but I'm over it. What about the white kids? You want him to be behind. You don't like him already. I say, ma'am, I had no idea what you look like until you told me. I make it a point to not treat any of my kids differently. I said, but even though that's already in your heart that I am, I'm going to do my best to teach your son despite your opinion of me, because your son has no idea, because we know these things are not, they're taught.
Right.
But it took, and it was back and forth, and so since I'm virtual, I don't have a classroom, so I don't have a phone. So they call me on my cell phone. So she's texting me this, 6 p.m. on a Sunday, and you're this, you're that. I know you don't like the white people because of da-da-da-da-da. And y'all, my professionalism has never been tested in that way. And I just kept saying, well, I'll get you my number to my boss. You can talk to our director. And another thing about you, I said, oh my, I'm only Miss Slater for about 8 hours of the day, but you can get Simone in a second, because
Okay.
I was gonna say I would have had to check her at 6 p.m. on a Sunday. Bitch,
y'all,
shake my line.
When I tell you my body was hot, my body was hot. I text my mom Mama, I'm finna lose my job. So yes, that is, thank God, the only discrimination kind of thing I felt, from students. And they're like, your coworkers is your coworkers. You have those that, oh my God, your hair, this, that, and the third. But if I'm not used to that by now, I don't think I ever will be. But that was definitely my first, ooh, child. And then, long story short, she ended up switching classes because I went to virtual and he went back in person, so I don't even have him no more. Sweet kid, but just man, I feel for him for sure.
Wow, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we definitely know that you are a superstar right now because of how you teach. And I ran across, just off of the strength of me, on my Instagram scrolling, and I ran across you on Instagram, and I was seeing how you was like, okay, class,
period. A period stops a sentence, baby. Come on with it. Absolutely.
I love that.
That took me out. I was just like, that is so awesome. That you're implementing that. And it's good to be, it's good to be yourself, implementing who we are into how you teach.
Exactly. And I think a lot of times with my profession, people assume that the way you are as a teacher is how you are all the time. So I'm always talking in this voice, and I'm always, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And so for me, the way I talk to kids is the way I talk to adults, because, you guys are capable. I think people forget kids are more than capable. So the same way I say, hey, period, or whatever, be yourself. I push my kids, whatever you want to say, of course, that is respectful. Say that, do that. 'Cause I'm going to be myself in here for sure. I'm going to be me for sure. You're still going to learn. I'm still capable of teaching you everything, but I'm never not going to not be myself. And believe it or not, as many people love it, I get so many comments of the opposite. How dare you put this in the classroom? They're all going to be this, that, and the third, and you should be ashamed. And it's well, if my bosses and my school and my parents are not concerned, I can't even hear what you're talking about, for real.
And that's on period.
And that's on period. Hello.
So how is virtual learning going for you? I know, I have a lot of students. I have a lot of teacher friends who are taking on this challenge, like a lot of you all, for the first time this year. And you see the viral stuff that go viral with teachers crying and not being able to connect with their students, or having parents as an issue, access to supplies. What is virtual learning going for you right now in the school year?
It has. So everything that you are sharing is everything I have already experienced. So my school, we started a little earlier. So we started school in August. So I've been doing this virtual since August, but it's changed so much since August. I've gone through every phase of, what am I about to do? How do I do this? Crying because I hate this. Being mad at my job, waking up ugh, let me just get the check. And now I'm finally in a space where I just have to remember my purpose. I definitely have kids who I don't see at all because they might not have Wi-Fi. I have some kids who I didn't see because they didn't have computers. My school had to give them out. We gave them the computers, the hotspots. I have parents I have to literally be a bounty hunter for, and just call them, text them, whatever, just to say, hey, do you know I'm your kid's teacher? I have other parents who I'll send a whole detailed email, and they'll ask me what did you say? What was that? So I've gone through, and then I have kids who just, they come to my camera and they go to sleep. So I've gone through so many emotions of just I'm a joke. I feel like a joke. And it's now though, and if any teachers are listening, we all have felt that. And I have some people well, you're a superstar teacher. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's what I'm saying. I'm still regular. So every emotion that they have felt, I have felt as well. I've cried many a times this year, more than I did in my first year. And that's supposed to be the year you cry the most. I have had issues with supplies, like you said. I also have kids. I just feel like they'll never get to know the Miss Slater that everyone sees in those videos, because it's not impossible, but it's so much harder for them to really be themselves, because their attention span is, they're not going to sit on Zoom all day. But I felt every single emotion, but now I'm finally at peace with saying like, hey, you're doing your best, and that's all you can do. That's really all I can do. So if I gotta, tell myself that every day, which I probably am, that's where I'm at right now. But I don't cry anymore. I'm not mad anymore. I just can't wait for this to be over so I can get back to doing what I fully love, and that's seeing my kids and like hands-on learning. Cause this is hard. I tried to teach 3D shapes yesterday on Zoom, and no one had a 3D shape but me. So I'm like, do you see the sphere? They're like, So it's very hard. They looking like, Miss Slater, what? I'm grabbing cans from my kitchen, y'all, showing them like, this is a cylinder. Get this in your kitchen. They're like, child, when is lunch? So it's very, very hard. But at this point, you have to laugh and just, keep it going.
What video was it that actually made you viral, and how has that changed, maybe your teaching styles, or how people have looked at you, maybe your students, your teachers, your parents? Like, how has that changed, your life?
So the video, I think the main or the first video, I know it's like a compilation of videos that I post on TikTok. And the main one is the one where we were reading a story, and at the end of the story, you had to make a prediction. And so I was teaching them, hey, like a prediction just means you guess. What do you guess is going to happen next? What do you think? And so in the book, it sounded like this boy really liked this girl. And so I love kindergarten because many things that I'm doing air quotes, bad words to them are just words to us. So I'm like, I'm finna get him. I'm finna get him today. So I'm like, you know what I think? I think that he wants Amy to be his girlfriend. And girlfriend is such a hot word in kindergarten. So they're like, oh, Miss Slater. I'm like, I know. Someone clip me down. I'm getting crazy here. Someone clip me down to yellow. So I think that video was was the first video that really just kind of hit. And I posted thinking nothing of it. And then E! shared it. And then BET shared it. And once BET shared it, that was it for me. I was going to pass out. And then after that, what's changed for me though, honestly, if anyone asks me, is nothing. Like for me, I'm still the same. I still teach the same. I still am the same. But for others, my parents that I had last year, like, we're so proud of you. Like, she misses you. She's in first grade now. My parents that I had, they loved it. My kids, I still see them at the school and they're like, Miss Slater, you're famous now. Like, they're like, we're famous. I'm like, it's really y'all. I'm up here because of y'all. And then my coworkers they kind of hype me up, but I'm so like, nah, y'all, like, let's just get to the staff meeting. I'm super like, we don't even got to talk about it for real. Like they'll be like, someone who's TikTok famous, read the next bullet point. I'm like, someone read it, cause I'm tired of this. So it's definitely a blessing, but I just want everyone, like my coworkers and everyone, to know, like, I'm gonna still keep doing my job. Always. So to me, nothing has changed. Just more people have seen more sides of teachers. And I think that's the most important part.
And that's the coolest part. So a lot of teachers that I know, to me, can bullet point, outline, draw a graph about what they think could make their school district better, if they made the rules, pain points that they have in getting access to certain things that they want to be able to teach their kids. What type of ideas do you have to improve, as far as education in the Dallas public school system, since you work
I think, and you're so right. Like, as a teacher, as you go, you're like, man, we should do this. So it's definitely a question. I could pull up my slideshow at this very moment. But for me, I think a big thing in Dallas that my district, in any schools, we have to start implementing culture and not just one culture.
Yes.
And because that to me will erase so many problems for the future. Like, and a lot of times and I've had a conversation with adults like this, like you, like, well, I just didn't know. I just didn't know. We have to give them a chance to know. So that means when we're reading books, we're not reading all the same books about Susie and Johnny. We're reading books about, Natalia. We're reading books about Kendra. We're reading books about everybody. And in those books, like when we do read those books, it's not the same. Like whenever I read a book that has a Black child in it, they're not suffering. They're not struggling. I want to see all cultures succeed I think that's a huge thing for us. We have to implement culture in all ways, because a lot of times what we're teaching is not tailored to our kids, and they're just not going to get it because it's not for them. It's not their culture. So that's why when I teach, I will go by the script and the curriculum, of course, but I will always bring it back to who we are in this classroom so that you can get it. And then if I have white kids, that they understand what my other kids see as well. Another thing I think we should change or really work towards is really just helping our families more. Like this pandemic and teaching virtual has shown, like I'm seeing people's homes. I'm seeing people's living situations, and we help, but I feel like we can always do more. Like we can always do more for those kids whose parents have a lot going on. What more can we do? Can we bring them to a center and give them a place with Wi-Fi? Can we, give, like, we're letting you borrow the Chrome, but can we give it to you? And some of these things, of course, take money and time, but I really just think school is so much more. Like sometimes kids are at school more than they are at home. So this is their home. We need to make it as comforting, as helpful as whatever we can do, because when they leave the school, I don't know what their home life looks like. And now I do, because I'm seeing it. There's so much more that we can do to help. So that culture piece and just a school not being an 8 to 3:30 place. I think those two things would just alleviate so much stress on parents, on teachers, and then on everybody else, that culture piece. So we know what everyone is going through and we can work better together.
Well, what positive messages can you give to, like you said, this pandemic is just, it's crazy. This is not something that we were all expecting, and for everyone.
Man, okay.
Especially school, like for the teachers, I also have a friend that, my best friend is a school teacher in Irving ISD, and their school shut down yesterday because of four cases, for COVID. 4 teachers tested positive for COVID. So what positive messages, do you have to kids that are, in school, college students that are in school right now that might be going through things and may feel like that they're not getting, everything that they need since they're not on, on campus, or,
right.
Parents who have small children who might feel like that they're not able to do enough. Me and Dana and I also have children, small children, but sometimes it might feel like, we're not being able to teach them everything because they can't go to daycare, or, you know what I mean? So what positive messages can you send to everybody, and just, what uplifting positive message or advice can you give to those?
So the positive message. Look, let me do my best. Let me get it together. So the positive message that I will give everybody is the message I've been giving myself, is that this work is impossible. This work is not impossible. It's very hard, but it's not impossible. More importantly, we're doing it. Like, as we complain, we are doing it. So like, I'm like, dang, virtual teaching is so hard. And then I do it. And then the parents and I feel for these parents who have young kids, who also are working from home, who then have to teach, who then have to make dinner and do everything you were doing before. It's hard, but you're literally doing it. And so I think for me, what gets me going is like, this just shows me at this point, after this, baby, I can do anything. There is nothing I can't do after this pandemic is done. So for me, the positive message is that while it's hard, y'all, every day you're doing exactly what we're complaining about. And I'm the type to, people like, don't complain. No. Complain all you need to. Complain all you need to. Get it all out. Get it all out. Because I surely call my mama to get it all out. But then end on the fact that, you know what, though? I'm going to do it anyway. Me and my best friend always say, I'm going to do it because it needs to get done. And that's exactly what everybody is doing. So for the college kids who feel like, dang, I don't know if I'm really prepared for this, you're going to do it because it has to get done. And that desire is really all you need. And above everything, this is not going to be like this forever. Like, it seems very much longer than we thought. Now, I will give y'all that. I thought I was going to have a summer for sure. However, I knew I was going to be running around Dallas. I just moved out here a year ago. I knew I was going to be running around Dallas exploring stuff. Didn't happen. However, it's not going to be like this forever, and we're still getting things done. Like, so, and lastly, just look for any piece of normalcy that you can. So like, whether that be a nice little bubble bath, maybe you want to have a safe little dinner at your favorite restaurant, like whatever that bit of normalcy you can grab during the week, do that, because that's going to keep us going. Like, I just came from Trader Joe's this morning. I was so happy to be in there. Like, whatever your normalcy is, whatever. And if it's your podcast, keep keying with your homegirl, like, do that. Keep that, because that we can always have for sure. So that's what I be telling myself. I don't know if it's going to reach anybody else, but it's definitely been working for me.
Well, come on, bubble bath. I might have to give me
Okay.
a glass of
Come on
wine.
there, look, light a candle, watch a little Girlfriends, and I take myself to bed. That's it for me. That's the vibe right now.
I'm gonna give me some tea like Ti so I can stay COVID free.
Oh yes. Let's all get some tea like Ti, but let's not be Ti. Let's get some tea like him, but let's not be him right now.
Okay. No. So Simone, what's next for you? Like you're a rock star teacher, you've gone viral, you've been everywhere, everybody just knows and sees your face, your kids love you, you're steadfast in this teaching journey. You keep saying, this is my job, this is what I want to do. But what does your next 5 years look like?
So, initially, fun fact, my second language is sign language. I love American Sign Language. It's a beautiful language. I teach it. I love it. So initially my plan was to work at a college and teach sign language. Given everything that's happened, y'all, I think my plan has shifted to where I'll do that eventually. But my next thing I want to do is I want to be in administration. So seeing that, all these ideas that I have and all that, I would love to be the people up there making those decisions. And not like superintendent level, but I definitely would love to be a principal because now I've seen, what I can do for the kids, but what can I do? That's for my students. What can I do for the school? So, I'm 23. So in 5 years, I'll be 28, which I think is perfect time. I'll be on my grown woman vibe for show. Right now, I think I'm still figuring it out. But I think in 5 years, I can definitely see myself going into administration, and I'll no longer be like a teacher bae. I'll be like a principal bae. That'll be my next level up for sure.
Yes, principal bae.
Absolutely. Come on now. Y'all finna be seeing me in suits and pumps all of a sudden. I'm gonna still be on TikTok, but it's gonna be a little different. I'm strutting down the hallway instead, making sure everybody got it together. Come on, look, click, clack, click, clack. That's me coming down the hallway, checking in.
No, that's awesome. You're young and you are you have so much, going for yourself, and you have so much that's in store and that's ahead of you. You talking about on your grown woman stuff. I'm like, dang, I feel all old.
Nah. Black don't crack. We prospering. We prospering.
Right. We all look 19, so.
Hello. Exactly. When they ask for my card with a beverage, I'm geeked every time. Like, oh, you thought I was in high school? Please. Please.
Right, for real. Well, Simone, thank you so much for joining the show today.
Yes, thank you so much.
Oh man, thank you so much for having me. I told y'all last time, I was like, are they gonna see me? Because I'm looking a mess. But I am so happy I'm so happy we got to do this. I've never done anything like this before, but I'm so glad that we got it figured out because y'all are amazing. Now I got something I need to tune into and listen to. So thank you for that as well. I'll be tuning in to listen.
We hope you had as much fun as we did.
We did.
I certainly did. Y'all are great.
Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and please follow, if Simone gets a YouTube, whatever. But right now, you can definitely follow her on Instagram. Tell us where we can follow you. Tell us your socials and all of that, Simone.
All right, let's do the rundown. So you can follow me on Instagram at _love Simone. That's SIMONE. You can follow me on TikTok at Love Miss Slater. I did start a YouTube channel, but I'm super nervous about it, y'all. So you can follow me subscribe to me on YouTube. I think it's just Simone Slater. I think it's Love Miss Slater there too. You can follow me on Twitter, but on Twitter, I don't be a teacher for real. I just be regular. So you can follow me on Twitter. I just be kikiing and retweeting. But _love Simone on Instagram and Love Miss Slater on TikTok and YouTube.
Awesome. Well, girl, don't be afraid to start that YouTube. Girl, go for it.
Okay? Man, I did it for the people, but I'm telling you, I'll be in here fumbling with the ring light and everything under the sun, but I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to get better at it every time.
People need to see you. People need to hear you. Like, you are hilarious. It's awesome. So
thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being a part of the show.
It's time for the break room.
It's the break room. It's the break room. What you gonna do? Girl, we finna spill all the tea.
Hey, it's the break room. It's the break room. It's the break room.
We definitely in the break room for lunchtime. Because look, RHOA, Real Housewives of Atlanta, is back. Real Housewives of Atlanta is back, y'all. And it premieres on Sunday, December the 6th. So usually the trailer comes out, the trailer's all boom, back, bam, make you feel like you about to watch something. It's about to be a whole bunch of kind of like Potomac did. It was like, it's about to be some drama.
Mm-hmm.
This trailer came out, and I was like, wah, wah, wah. The trailer was so boring. Did you see it, Dana?
I did see some things that I did like. I loved how, and we did talk about this when it was happening, how the show captured Portia protesting on Daniel Cameron's lawn and getting arrested. I love that.
Yeah.
Because I was curious to see, well, we all know probably why she wanted to do it, duh. But I was curious to see her journey in doing that. And then they have a new housewife that I'm actually excited about. I don't even know her, but just the clips of her talking to her husband, talking to Kenya and all of them, I'm like, I might like this bitch. What you think?
I mean, yes, you're right. They do have two. I think they have two new additions. Drew Sidora and LaToya Ali. LaToya Ali is an influencer. So, I mean, I've seen her on Instagram. I've scrolled through some of her stuff on Instagram. I don't know if she's going to have a peach or I don't know if she's
a blonde girl.
I don't know if she's blind, but child, we change wigs like we change pennies. So. I don't know. But y'all remember Drew Sidora. Okay, y'all remember on the game, Drew Sidora came in and messed up Melanie and Derwin's situation. So I'm still mad at her about that. So I'm going into this with preconceived.
Girl, let it go.
Right. I need to let it go. But yeah, so of course, y'all, I'm still going to watch it. Y'all know I live and love Real Housewives of Atlanta is my first love. So I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm definitely interested to see how since Nene is not going to be on the show, how that's going to go. I know last season we didn't see a lot of her, but I still love Nene. I still love her, her punchline. So I'm going to miss that. So I'm just interested to see. I'm interested to see how how this new dynamic is going to go with these two new ladies.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be as funny or interesting, especially since what I got from the trailer is it's going to be a lot of chill wedding talk and Portia breaking up with Dennis and freaky stuff. So
yeah, I don't see a lot of drama between the girls, and I hate to sound like I don't want to sound like I want drama between girls. I'm not that person, but that's what I'm watching the show for. Like, where's the at?
So, that's why y'all are here, Wendy.
Hello, right? So, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing it. So we'll talk about it once it airs. But moving on to Real Housewives of Potomac. Real Housewives of Potomac, I said Real Housewives of Atlanta was my first love, but now Real Housewives of Potomac is like the runner-up, okay? But anyways, y'all, Wendy had a Wine with Wendy event. I think that's what it was called. Mm-hmm. And it was really good. Of course, Monique wasn't invited because Wendy is very stern in her beliefs that she just feels like Monique doesn't have any remorse and she's just not here for that. And I think she has a little bit of loyalty to Candace too, because I think Candace is the one who introduced her to the show, I guess. But anyways, at the event, Candace and Karen sat down and Candace expressed how she felt to Karen, like she just feels like Karen is riding the fence and she wants her to kind of take a side. And
are we in grade school?
Girl. And Karen was like, look, nobody is going to tell me what I can and cannot do. If the shoe was on the other foot, Candace, I would do the same for you. And she kind of told her, do you remember last year when you were having issues and all of that? I was on your side then. So she was basically like, I'm not going to choose a side. I'm going to be neutral and I'm going to ride for my friend Monique, regardless of the fact. So what do you feel like? What do you think, Dana?
Again, Candace pulled a knife out on Ashley Darby last season. I don't know why we're sitting up here up in arms acting like, oh, we don't get violent on this show. And da-da-da. I just hate... Potomac used to be the only Housewives franchise where I could say I liked all the characters for whatever reason. Now that they're shifting towards this us versus them, and Monique is iced out based on her mistake, I think that's petty. I think it's stupid. I think it's high school. I don't like the fact that Candace is trying to just rally up a team of people to just be against this girl. And I don't like the fact that everybody else is just so, you did that. There's no more room for you. Now, I did watch a few interviews, post-show interviews with them, and they did all disclose that a lot more happened after all of this stuff was filmed, and so there's just way too much water under the bridge for them to come back now. I hope not, because I really just don't see this show being good for me if this is the type of shit that's going to keep going, because the rest of their season trailer, you don't see Monique nowhere until nowhere. She's in like maybe one scene when Ashley told her about Karen telling Candace to file charges, and that's it. So what's gonna become of Monique? Like, again, hitting someone who has not shown you physical violence or is not threatening to hit you is wrong. It's two left shoes as the day as long, okay? And we did see how Monique came to this kind of realization that it's not really Candace's fault, but before she could apologize, Candace had already filed charges, and then shit just blew up from there. I just think it's just too much. Like, if y'all gonna have the whole season riding on this just one ass fight, and then we get to see all of y'all goofy hens hee-heeing and cackling about and icing out this one girl, that's not fun for me. That's not fun. I think y'all are fake. Y'all are phony. I'm over Giselle and her image and Pastor Jamal and Rob. Like, all of these women live in glass houses and can't throw not one fucking stone at another. So the fact that they have rallied up against this one girl due to her mistake that was wrong is just, it's clown to me. I don't know if I'll be enjoying the show. I'll still watch it, but I just can't see myself really being into it if it's going to be on some mean girl shit.
Yeah, and it's definitely looking like that's how it's going. You know, Ashley went to the Not for Lazy Moms live podcast. That's Monique's podcast. She was the only person that showed up. She invited everybody. She called everybody. And Wendy, was like, I'm kind of, on the edge about it. I don't want to go. I'll see, basically. And nobody showed up but Ashley. Ashley is, ride or die for Monique, which I ain't got nothing to say about that. But
I mean, it's not even about riding or dying for somebody. It's like, okay, we're all friends. Our one friend made a mistake. Like, give her a chance to atone. Give her a chance to apologize. Give both the ladies a chance to hash it out. Now that everybody's involved, it's just even more stupid and messier. I can't wait to get to this fight with Michael Darby and Chris Bassett.
Yes, that's gonna be really good.
These two white men going to get going at it. I can't wait to see, because that's gonna be something, and I want to know why. And then going back to what Candace constantly preached, I'm not like this. I'm ghetto trash. And you ghetto trash. This and that. You pulled a knife out on Ashley last season. We got that. Your mom hit you with a purse. You got that. Now your husband up here clowning in some public place, and you all behind him. You don't want these problems. You don't want these problems. Who is ghetto trash? Please let me know. Y'all are just...
Yeah, let's not say that she's ghetto trash, because baby, like you said, you pulled a knife out on who was it, Ashley, last year in her house, or wherever in your house. You pulled a knife out on her. Like, I feel like Candace she has taken it way beyond where it had to go.
Way beyond. It
wasn't like, now I saw her. She did, like, I don't know where I think I was watching What Happens Live. Don't quote me on that, but. Candace was another, something happened, and Candace was like, I want to see her, or was it on I think it was on Instagram. I went on Candace's Instagram, and she was like, I want her to have her kids calling her from a jail cell. Like, I want her, Yeah, it was something to that effect. Not, don't quote my words, but something like that. I'm like, girl, it's not that serious. Like, girl beat your ass, yeah, but don't be that mad because you got your ass beat. Now, she didn't have no reason to do. She had no Candace did. I'm going to say it again. Candace did nothing for her to be like, oh well, let me put my hands on her. It wasn't that serious. It was an argument. Okay, it could have been hashed, but I feel like it was something deeper than that to make her want to go lash out on her like that. But still, Candace, like, you want her kids to see her go to jail? Like, you got too much going on. It's not that serious. It was a fight. Like, you could be mad, but let's move on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I am interested, I was saying that Ashley, went to the Not for Lazy Moms live podcast. She was the only one there. And like you said, Dana, she told Monique, that Karen told Candace that if it was her, she would go legal or she would take it legal. So I want to see, since Karen is such on Monique's side, and Monique has a friend in Karen right now, and Ashley does seem like the only two people that likes her right now. I'm interested to see if she confronts her, is Karen going to backpedal and be fake and be like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But I do want to leave off at this. Jamal and Giselle's relationship is so weird to me. Is it just me? When they were in the car and she was taking him to the airport, they just don't seem like a real couple to me. It seems like the conversation was just so, oh, well, we never talked about that, or I never saw that, or it was just, I'm like, did y'all just meet the other day, or have y'all been together and divorced 8 years and all of that? Like,
you can tell they keep it light for the cameras.
That must be what it is for the church folk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's gotta be what it is.
Y'all still trying to impress the church folk at this point?
Girl, because you already done lost that, sweetheart. That's been going out the window for me. Like, okay, that must be what it is, because the little hug that they gave at the end, I'm like, what is it's like? Are y'all even together? Like, what's up with that? Anyway, I'm interested to see what's gonna happen tomorrow, child. Moving on off of Real Housewives talk, Netflix has a new series that I am here for. Selena the Series, y'all. Selena.
Black people love Selena.
I love me some Selena. I am Black people, and Black people is me because I love Selena. Y'all, I used to love the movie, and I know all her songs, okay? Itty bitty bumba, itty bitty ba, itty bitty. No, let me stop. But Netflix has a new series, the Selena the Series. It's a 2-part series that's coming out on December the 4th. We have to watch. I'm going to watch. I'm sure it's going to be really good. I hope it's going to be really good. Selena could do no wrong for me, and so I'm hoping that's good. Are you going to be watching, Dana?
I will take a gander. I'm pretty much married to Jennifer Lopez's, what is it called?
Jennifer Lopez will forever be Selena.
Yeah, I'm forever Jennifer Lopez as Selena type. You know how you get comfortable seeing somebody do it, and then somebody else come back 20 years later, it's like, nah, your ass ain't as big as hers. Like, so I'm just interested in seeing how they're going to do a series of this and what is going to be told from the story that wasn't told from the original movie.
I was just about to say, I'm wondering, is there anything else that's going to come out that we don't already know? Because they did a really good job in Selena, that, where Jennifer Lopez plays Selena, in telling the story and how it went and all of that. So I'm interested to see it too. I'm hoping that the lady, whoever's playing it, I don't know her name, I hope she does it justice. But if not, we still got the Selena the movie to watch. So that comes out again, y'all, December the 4th. There wasn't any good new music for me to tell y'all about, but the only thing that I have, in case I have any, pop girls out there, Ariana Grande came out with
I knew you was going to talk about her.
Hey, she came out with a new album called Positions. The last album was way better. I don't even remember a song that I really liked. So actually, I like Positions. That's the debut title, album that she has on there. But that's really all I like from the album. I love Ariana Grande. This album sounds a little bit more R&B. I feel like a lot of the white artists are, they love to delve in and dip in some chocolate and do what we do, but they don't never want to stand up for what's right, child. But I'm not saying Ariana Grande does that, but it definitely sounds a lot of it sounds R&B-ish. She has The Weeknd on there. I don't like him, but if you like Ariana Grande, go check that out. Ain't no other new music that I know of. Dana, have you been listening to anything new?
Well, DMX came out with the EP called X Is Coming, which, you know, a lot of us, well, I wouldn't even say us old heads, maybe older millennials got a little excited about. I haven't listened to it yet, but I am going to. My boy WizKid, y'all know I love me some Afro beats. He came out with the album called Made in Lagos. So that's a bop if y'all are into Afro beats. It's not as good as some of his other albums, but I still like it. That's my dude. And Gucci Mane has So Icy Gang Volume 1 out. I'm going to take a listen to that.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to listen to that.
Because I love me some Gucci. But other than that, T.I.'s album, The Libra, which you talked about, and Mario's Closer to Mars. Yeah, it ain't been a whole lot of new music out here lately. I'm hoping to hear something soon from somebody. Like, somebody please surprise us with an album. Beyonce, Adele, shit, Childish Gambino, somebody.
And going back, I do want to mention, you talked about the verses. I didn't get to say anything, but I am so here for the T.I. and Jeezy verses, y'all. Like, I was like, yes, they are the perfect match. Like, they have the same type of genre of music. Like, they have heavy hitters that can go against each other. Because, you know, Busta Rhymes was trying to do a versus with T.I. Like, Busta, go sit down.
No.
I love Busta, but not for T.I. I don't know why he was so...
That's not your lane.
That's not your lane at all. Like, and Busta has hits, but not with T.I. So T.I. and Jeezy, I'm there. I'm gonna have the sound bar on. I'm gonna be at, you know, V Live or something in my house, child.
Okay, club living room 103.
Hey.
Nigga, 103.
Come on.
My shit.
Well, y'all, that is all I have for the break room this week.
All right, well, happy Halloween again, y'all. If y'all is out, if y'all were out, because y'all be listening to this after the fact, trick-or-treating, stay indoors, okay, for the next 2 days. Go get you a COVID test before you go out lollipopping and popping again. And I want to say we'll see you guys next week, because we will. We are scheduled to. We got everything lined up. But life, okay? Life happens. We know we missed the show last week. That was my bad. I was very, 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 very sick. And thank you for everybody that prayed for me. And we love you guys so much, as usual. Thank you so much to our guest, Miss Simone Slater, for coming through. And bye, y'all.